Hey there, welcome to Fumble Forward, where we explore turning life's imperfect moments into growth moments. I'm Akuya, your host. Get ready to laugh, maybe shed a tear, but most importantly, be inspired to live a life with intention. Let's dive in. I'm upping the fun over here for Fumble Forward, and I'm starting off with a game, something a little different. And I'm going to do a real simple one that many of us are familiar with, a good old would you rather. All right, so the first one that I have is, would you rather be able to turn something into reality by drawing it or make something disappear just by erasing it? I I would say turn something into reality by drawing it. I would say I'm a solid drawer. So I feel like I could create some pretty amazing things. And I like the idea more of being a creator of something versus like taking something away. So that's what I would say I would go with. And then the next question is, would you rather have one wish granted to you today or 3 wishes granted in 10 years? I'm going to say 1 wish granted today. Literally, tomorrow is not promised. 10 years is a long time. And I feel like I could come up with a really, really good 1 wish that I feel like would be worth it. So I'm content with 1 wish. I don't have to be greedy. No greediness over here. And I am really pumped to have this last episode with you all for season 2. We have really worked through some good things and really looked at how can we look inside and better navigate life, in particular a season of waiting. And over this season of covering the theme of waiting, we got to look into what is waiting. What does it look like? How does it feel? How do you not waste it or rush into it? And overall, how to just make the most out of it. Because we're all going to go through a season of waiting at one point or another. And I have been really enjoying talking about this theme overall and have gotten a lot of insight as I'm sharing things with you. So that's been a really cool plus side. And then also I have an exciting announcement towards the end of how I'm bringing things that we've talked about over this season and really season 1, 2 right into your hands. So some of the episodes that we covered this season was Ready Not Rushed, For God's Plan, Don't Wait to Live Your Dream Life, How I Stay Encouraged in the Wait. Then we did this awesome 3-part series of What Waiting Reveals, and then ask some questions to ourselves when we're going through waiting. And then lastly, we talked about worshiping in the wait. And I really hope that you were able to take some episode gems from each of these and really apply it to your life and make these things come true and turn them into action and not something we just hear, forget about, and go about our business. But if you followed along the last couple of weeks, you've had to wait and see what I've created through this waiting season that is really going to be for your day-to-day life so you can live life with intention despite doing it imperfectly like all of us. And the truth is we need multiple things to help us live a life with intention. And one of the most popular episodes, though, that I do want to talk about was How I Stay Encouraged in the Wait. That was really insightful to see that really resonated with a lot of you. And it showed me that you all craved encouragement and support, even if it was coming from my imperfect behind. And I leaned into that and my innate desire to encourage others, lift people up, hype them up. And if I'm lucky, I may have something that will help you build into the person that you want to be. So I'm also going to be, well, I'm always, I'm often very vulnerable, real, whatever word you want to call it. But I have struggled so bad on what to make for you all. I wanted to create something that was helpful, that wasn't a waste of time, and take these podcast episodes beyond just these episodes. And I felt so much self-inflicted pressure to create some amazing product for you and kept feeling like a failure, straight up. And I've made products for this community that's flopped and products for other business ventures that have fell below my expectations. So me and failure, we know each other very, very well. And then I finally just got this aha moment. Of course, this would be imperfect. Doubt would creep in. Word would just be hovering around. And all I needed to focus on is I want to be doing something helpful. And I can do that. And so I stopped trying to get this product just right for you. And I fearfully, imperfectly decided to go back to my original idea, keep it simple, and I created a downloadable one-pager of 8 biblical card affirmations just for you. And you can use them however you'd like, as screensavers on your phone, your laptop. You can share it on social media. You can even print these encouragement cards out so that you can have them physically in your hands. And you all don't even want to know the plethora of ideas that I was going through, and it was just becoming too much for no reason. And I just really had a moment where it just clicked. Keep it simple. And that's what I did. And so these affirmation cards are really if you struggle with negative thoughts. And this can help you reframe your negative thought pattern and help you just really counter out pessimistic thinking and replace it with something more empowering and encouraging. And it could also be helpful for if you struggle with stress or anxiety. These optimistic affirmation cards really can serve as a source of comfort and reassurance during stressful times and anxious times. And the beautiful thing of these affirmation cards is they can serve you and a friend, like every episode that we have together. So you can absolutely print out these affirmation cards and slip them into birthday gifts, presents, whatever you want to do, but you can also keep them for yourself as well, which I really, really love about that. It doesn't have to stay just with you, which makes this even more impactful. And as we start soaking up the warmer months and we are going on more vacations and adventures and spending more time with loved ones, these encouragement affirmation cards can be a great tool for helping you live a life with intention when all the messiness starts to come into play in life like it does just so well. And I created these digital gems to help you have just more wins in your everyday life. So all you have to do to sign up for these, not to sign up for these, but in order to get these biblical affirmation cards, you have to sign up for the Fumble Forward email list. And I'm dropping the email list to you all as a way to easily be able to get this downloadable. Because one thing I realized, just being transparent with y'all didn't like the texting group, and that's fine. That's fine. So we're shifting gears to an email list, which I've had so much experience with over the years and really, really enjoy and love, because I can put more storytelling and meat and links and resources in an email list than I can in a text that just has so many limitations. It makes it so hard to really connect with you, which is the whole purpose of creating these different sources of connection, whether it's through a text or an email. So that's how you're going to be able to get these digital biblical affirmation cards. And all the details for how to get that will be in the show notes. And so learning how to make yourself happy, living in that, navigating a waiting season intentionally can feel like a lot of work. And that's something we've talked about a lot this season. And a big reason why is because we, myself included, we go into things unprepared. We are not setting ourselves up for success. And these biblical affirmation cards are just one part of you feeling prepared to live out your life beautifully and imperfectly, right? And get the most out of it. So that's what I'm dropping for you all. I am doing some shifts. We have no more texting group. We got an email list, and you can get these free biblical affirmation cards. And I kept it short and sweet. It's really, really good. And it's a lot of the verses and things we've talked about over the season. So they will look familiar to you, but it's just nice to have that visual representation. All right, let's dive into it. What am I looking forward to? I am really looking forward to decluttering and organizing my house. We have kind of collected things over the last few months, and my husband and I like to keep our house very minimalistic. And I know some people may laugh that have been to my house because they're like, it's already very minimalistic to them. But I'm telling you, the items are hiding in the crevices and little corners and things like that. But also, this is how we keep our house pretty minimalistic, is having these regular organized, declutter, things like that. And also, just like with the nature of life, a lot of things are seasonal. We're entering a new season, so things we used before we no longer use, and now we're entering a new season, we need new things. So I just also feel like it's part of the natural process of things. And then what am I reading? Just chugging along through Deuteronomy. I'm going to get that name right. Like, I'm going to work on that. So still working through the Bible, chugging along. And if you have a friend who needs some encouragement right now, you don't always have like the best words to send to them. And you're kind of awkwardly like, I feel like you need some encouragement right now, but I am not the one. These episode could definitely help them, but also get them to sign up so they can get their own biblical affirmation cards as well. And then, that does the talking for you, and they can appreciate your intention and thinking about them and seeing that, things are not so easy right now. Always really helpful. So don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. And also, thank you for listening to every episode this season. I have learned so much of what not to do. I've learned some new ideas to try. I'm very much figuring this out as I'm doing it with you all. Like, I'm scrapping things quickly that I feel like don't work. I'm trying to add new things that I feel like will make this experience really engaging and fun. So bear with me, keep working with me. We're starting to, get a bit more settled, but at the same time, who knows? Who really, really knows but God? I've just learned so much from these episodes and just running this podcast and creating this community. It's been really, really fun, despite, moments of like frustration, worry, and doubt, which I had with just what product and final thing I wanted to give to you all to just really commemorate season 1 and 2 and so much that's happened and all the growth that's happened. I just felt like something needed to commemorate it. And big changes are in the works again for season 3, because why not? This podcast has been so much fun to play with and create, and that's all I really want to start doing and having really show up in season 3 clear as day. That this is a place for fun and growth and just some messiness, and that's okay. And just having that really be at the forefront of this podcast. So I hope you all enjoy the biblical affirmations card, that you join the email list with all the details. in the show notes. We're going to close up on the texting group. I appreciate all of you who joined. And clearly, we are just growing. And I'm really embracing the fact that some things are not going as planned, some things are going better, and just really doing the best to make the most out of it. And like always, until next time. Look at you. You stayed with me to the end. You're the best. Good thing is, it doesn't have to stop here. Dive into another episode and continue the ride.